There you go. So, yeah, put it where you would sit on the chair. So it's like you're in the room with me. This is actually what you would see behind me. Anyway, where do I begin? Now, my argument of ignorance, based on a set of numbers that I found in the Bible, was really solidified today. Okay, I was listening to my boy's album back here. Of course, man. How did I even know that? So you've been listening to every album in the incorrect order for absolute ever. Okay? If you literally take an album and listen to track 1 to the end of the side and flip it, and then track 2 and end of the side 2, you haven't been listening to music properly. I'm pretty sure they're all like this. But cycle. Break the cycle, guy. Cycle. It means 325, 3, 12, 5. If you take the first 3 and make it a 1, 1, 1 for the 3, and then you follow it with a 2, 5 for 25, it's like a 5 to 1 code, but 3 times. So it's like you're making 3 sets of 8s. Now how about this? An 8, an 8, and then a bigger 8 to encase the 2 8s. So it's like a fly speck of 8s with a dot that's searching for something in a V pattern. That's CY. Now, CLE, 3, 1, 2, 5, again, your 5 to 1 pattern, but you have a 3 and a 5, and you have a 1 and a 1, 1. Well, if you just put 3 in the 5, and then use your 1 as that dot, and the 1, 1 for the fly specks reaching off of it, cycle, when it brings it all together, maybe that second dot, when you merge with the other dot, makes a bubble that can contain the now double helix, or the 2 8s are circled, but you're going to have a circled 8, circled 8, circled 3, circled 5 for 38, 58. Break the cycle, guy. Here. A picture says 1,000 words. I got a lot of pictures. Okay. There, that's cycle. There. How about that? Like some of that? That's cycle. Anyways, time, town, news. Yeah. Say a lot of words that are all meaning the same thing. So yeah, the way you should be listening to any album is the last song of the second side first, followed by track 1 to the n-1 of side 2, in a 21-43 pattern. Side 2, then side 1. 4 signifies the last, I'd say, and then 3 would be whatever as many as there are before the last. It's like the n-1 kind of rule. So, take this for example. I was staring at this. I was staring at Zeppelin 3. I finally found Zeppelin 3. Okay? And where the holes are, okay? There are 12 holes. This counts as a hole. But every time you turn it, how do I even do this? See, there's 12 holes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then my hand for 12. This is Genesis 1. You know why? I know this? Because right here. That's the first day. Right here. Anyway, I can do a decode of this later. How this means Genesis 1 and circled 69, and a whole lot of creation code on this album. But it's Zeppelin 3, and I haven't gotten to Zeppelin 3. I started with Zeppelin 1. Okay? And because it's that's the way the album cover would look, but everything is upside down, because you gotta listen to side 2 first, but the last song is side 2. It actually looks more like a stairway now, because here the Zeppelin looks like the Roman numerals that are on top of a black staircase, which isn't really true. Because what it is they're like steps. You see in the white space how it's like steps going up? And it's upside down now? And where would the 5,000 be? Or the name of the band is upside down. Okay. Turn Led Zeppelin 2 upside down, and then this would be your G. And this would be the right hand of God. Okay. Turn it over, again, points towards the 13. Anyway. So I said to myself, let's go. Let's listen to side 2 last song, the rest of the songs, side 1 last song, the rest of the songs. So I start with Zeppelin 1. Those are the tracks. You can't see them. I wrote them down. One is one way, and the other way is the 2143 way. So yeah, try this out, definitely. Instead of it being side A, good times, bad times, babe, I'm gonna leave you, you shook me, dazed and confused, your time is gonna come, Black Mountain side, communication breakdown, I can't quit you, baby, how many more times? That song is insane. It's like the infinite loop of craziness. Instead of doing it that way, start with the fifth song on the B side, how many more times? Followed by first song on the B side, your time is gonna come, Black Mountain side, communication breakdown, I can't quit you, baby. Then go flip the record and put number 4, dazed and confused on, followed by first song, good times, bad times, babe, I'm gonna leave you, and you shook me, and you have an entirely different way of listening to the album. It still has that secular kind of feel where the first song and the last song kind of feel like they should be there, but the way it's like way more chiller. It's not as crazy as the way it's there. So like, it tells you a story of like a day in the life of the guy who wrote it. He probably wrote the track list like this. He probably wrote it on this side. That's probably how this is supposed to go down. Okay? And then when he brought it to the label and they made the album and they garbled it up like on this side, they're probably all like kind of frustrated and said like, why'd you do that? And then, you know, they're like, well, because we're the studio and that's the way it's going to be. So I said, okay, this is not a fluke. Okay, I think everything is, like, literally everything is upside down, backwards, and flipped, including the order in which your music comes. So I said, I can't be right. So then I flipped it to Zeppelin 2. It starts off with, you know, everyone knows it, Whole Lot of Love. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. That's the beginning of the album. No, God no. Whole Lot of Love is literally the third last song. Okay? Instead of Whole Lot of Love, What Is and What Should Never Be, All of My Room. The Lemon Song, Thank You, Flip It, Heartbreaker, Living, Loving, Made, Ramble On, Moby Dick, Bring It On Home, Bring It On Home. No, listen to Bring It On Home first. Bring It On Home is like its own story and its own adventure and its own album and a song. Bring It On Home followed by Heartbreaker, Living, Loving, Made, Ramble On, Moby Dick, because once you ramble on, you should tell a fish story like Moby Dick. Maybe about the right hand side where you cast your nets with the X's. Flip the song. Last track on A side is Thank You, so you know, start with Thank You. Whole Lot of Love, What Is and What Should Never Be. The Lemon Song. Now it really makes me wonder what lemon means. But 1,000, they say a lot of like 10 years in songs, and 1,000. It's never 1,000, it's 1,000. 10 years. Years just signifies time. And sand would be like the sands in the hourglass, which signify time. So I'm like, sand, leave alone, a thou. A thou means time. A-T-H-O-U is equivalent to saying T-I-M-E. There's a T, there's a T. T-H, A-H, 1-8, that's a 9. 9's an I. T-H is T-I. A-T-H. So that means O-U has to be me. Well, it's a O is a 15 and U is a 21. If the 21 is a 3 and you have a 15, why isn't it a 13 with a 5? Or an M and an E? I just listened to 2 albums properly, and I heard them again for the first time ever. Name. The numbers that say name are 14, 1, 13, 5. If you start from the 3 and work backwards, you have 3.1415. It's pi. 3.1415 is name. What's in a name? Pi. okay? And if you look at the 3 alone, it's your 379 code. So in name, it's 3.141. If you look at the 0.11, that's a 3, or 110. There's the number 3, so there's 2 3s. 13, oh, that's 2 13s, right? So anyways, the 379 code in name, the only numbers you have in name are 3, 4, 5, all the rest are 1s. 3, 4 is your 3, 7, because 3 and 4 is 7, but then 4 and 5 is 9. So it's showing you a 3, 4, 5, and it's showing you a 3, 7, 9. That's all it means. 3, 7, if you only knew the power of 3, 7, and 9, yeah, it'd be a lot more helpful than you presently are. Oh, and it gets even better, okay? So 1,000. Where are the cells that are 1,000? These are the cells that are 1,000. They're making a V. Okay? These have 1,000 in them. So I think the way it works is you start up here and you go 1 to create 1 to create 1, or your 3, and then your point, and that would be your 1. But then you need to have 1, 2, 3, 4 to get this 1 by 4, to get this 1 above it, which represents a V, or 5. So it goes 3.1, 4, 1, 5. So I said to myself, what is 2143 plus 6436? It's 8579. So if you break it in half and read everything backwards, you're 9758. Well, there's your 58 and 3858. Check, check. You're reading everything backwards. 97s, again, if you have a 9x9 grid, if you have a 1x9 and a 1x9, you're going to have a 1x7 and a 1x7. There are 97 cells needed in the bigger heart. It's most of the cells of the matrix with a 4 and a 2 and a 4 and a 2 and a 5 and a 3 and a 1 1. There's 97 cells. You don't need, but it's a 9 7, a 9 7. Interesting. So the 7 of 79, no, 1979, the song Smashing Pumpkins. So the 7 is in the tens column, the 9 is in the ones column. 79, tens and ones. So I said to myself, if you're not supposed to read these thousands as thousands, if you're supposed to read them backwards, you're going to read a 1, a 1, a 1, a 5, and a 1. So I said, okay, because 3 is on the other side of the decimal, let's just take those 3,000, 1,000, 1,000 and read it 1, 1, 1. It'll be 3. And if the number is 2143 plus 6436 is 8579, 9 plus 3 is 12, 12 is a 3. So the zeros column is now a 3. There's a question mark, and then there's a 5, 8. Okay? And 2143 and 6436, a 4 and a 3 is a 7. We need a 1. Okay? So I said, okay, let's now add them all up. So if you have 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 5,000, 1,000, and you're reading it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, it's a 9. And what do you have there? It's not a 10 yet. It's not in the tens column. So you have to go back to the 9 of 8579, and 9 plus 9 is 18. Now if you wanted an 8 for 3858, having a circled 8 is very interesting. However, the 1 of 18 is in the tens column. If you take that 1 and that 1 alone and add it to what you have, which is a 7, that becomes an 8. Read it all backwards. 3858, it's really 8,583. Everything with 1,000, if you read it and split it down the middle, again, time. Read everything, read these cells normally. Read these cells normally, but anything on this side is backwards. It's on God's left. So it's a 1, 1, 1, 5, 1. 3 and 3 and 6 is 12, which is a 3. 9 and 4 and 3. No, sorry, it's not 9, it's 18. It's 8, anyway, whatever. It's 9, 9, and 4 and 3. But it's only the 1. Anyway, I know where to start, so I'm not putting much effort into it. This is what I do. But you gotta start listening to music differently, because you've been doing